G'day guys, Ninja here. I've got Jerrick on the table.
Hey guys.
I'm going to do some shoulder blade treatment. So inside his shoulder blade on the left and out actually on top of the shoulder blade as well. Tell me what's been going on with your shoulder, man.
Shoulder just been a lot, just some tightness and stiffness around the shoulder blade and some of the rotator cuffs. I've just been loading it up and just trying to protect that area, build a bit more body armor around that shoulder. So I just think it needs a good release. Some deep stuff.
Cool. He said I can go 100%, so maybe we'll do that.
I'm ready.
So let's go. So what I'm going to do for a start, just a bit of wax on the hand and just warm it up a little bit. So I want to connect in. I'm feeling for where that shoulder blade is for the outside of my hand. So I want to get a really good sense of where his shoulder blade is, but where those tendons are as well. So I'm kind of trying to take the slack out of his skin and kind of hit right onto those tendons. I can feel one there that's to start off with, and just go from there. So tuning in and giving Jerrick the work that he needs so his body can feel better. So it's feeling blocked up there. How's that spot there, man?
Yeah, it feels you're really connected.
Yeah. So we use our, like the palms, pisiform, that the bone in line with your little finger for a start, so you can connect right in, and it's not as deep as what you can get with the thumbs and probably the elbows as well. So just trying to really work it. So I'm just cruising through a little bit now. So I can, with the palms, you can only go to a certain depth, but you can still really be effective. So right from the get-go, with our treatments, you're getting in there, but you're clearing stuff out. You're identifying where the things are. You're bringing into awareness where the pains are, what it's connected to for both Jerrick and myself. So you kind of don't know a lot of times about your own body until you have it worked. You're just oblivious to what's going on. You sort of, that's your normal. But when you relax, muscles aren't working. They should be nice and soft. So when they're still engaged and switched on, when you relax, you can kind of, and the pain that when you push into it, it's sort of, you can tell that it's not right. It could be better. It's blocked up. It's stuck. So just tracing around that scapula there. Now I want to just get in with the elbows. So I'm going to take the slack again. So with this spot in here, this one here can be a real money spot, and there's another one down there as well. But with this one here, a lot of times people really feel it going up into the base of their skull through their neck, and this can be the source of so much suffering. This attachment here really kind of gets cemented up, and it can really do some cause some stress in your life because you've got so much pain. And I suppose this part here too is one that is identified with stress a lot. We kind of don't give it enough credit why our bodies aren't working properly. But stress is probably the number one reason why our bodies don't work properly. So it's not necessarily a physical injury, a blow, a trauma, but it's the stress of life, our finances, our relationships, things like that, the family things that kind of show up in here and become something that's blocked and stuck. How am I going, man?
You're going really good. Yeah, I feel that this is a spot that I'm always trying to roll out or kind of stretch out.
Yeah. So, cool. So I'm getting heaps of weight in that. You can see my legs here, Leo, are just sort of really pushing up, and I'm giving this everything. So this whole weight of my body going through and hitting this exact spot here where Jerrick really needs it, but it's right where that tendon attaches onto the bone there, that scapula. A shoulder blade, you might know it as. Right in there, I reckon that's where you really need it. So, and like you can feel with the density of this tissue here, it just needs to be held for a long time. And I think that's one of the things that we're kind of really good at is holding on to things. So giving the tissue a chance to respond by giving it that time. So when you kind of try and be fast and you're flicking over things, we kind of believe that's forcing the issue and can create more damage, more trauma. And that's not the name of this game. The name of this game is to actually help people out. We want to relieve trauma. We want to get rid of pain. We don't want to create more pain, more problems. So yeah, if you can kind of be patient and go at the rate that tissue is kind of dissolving at, you're going to have a lot better integration from the work. Just going through it. How's it feel, man?
Yeah, it's feeling really good. Really good.
Yeah,
Definitely on some hot spots.
Yeah. So with me right now, I can really feel that with my toes, I can really push through. So the benefit of being barefoot when you're treating, I can really get everything into it. I've got so much more feel for what's going on in Jerrick's shoulder, and yeah, just putting everything right through my body. And the other thing too is, like, we use wax, or sometimes we don't even use anything. So when you're using oil, you could not do what I'm doing right now. It just would be impossible, because you can't get that kind of grip, that traction, that purchase on these spots, because you're just slipping off. So you're not going to be able to give the body what it needs. How's it going, man?
Yeah, it's definitely on some spots there. I can feel it releasing though, but yeah.
Slow. So I would probably stay on that spot a little bit longer, but I want to go down to another one.
Mm-hmm.
So I can feel it kind of, I'm creeping down to it, shimmying down. So round here, there's normally another spot about there.
Yep.
Feel it?
Yep.
I saw you breathing a bit different, man. Yeah. So I know that I'm on to another one. So a lot of times, yeah, like we said with the other one, like you can feel it going up into the base of your skull. These kind of ones here too, like people really feel it going down the arm, or it can go up into the neck and things like that as well, or cross into another spot where it joins onto. So these spots can be gold for somebody. It can really transform somebody's life when you can effectively get this tissue to respond, melt down, change. Because yeah, that's what it needs. It's been in a pattern where it's kind of scarred up, it's holding on, it's spasmed up. That's what you know, that's a protection mechanism. So that mechanism might be old and invalid. So we kind of need to have a way of changing it so that, you know, the body can do its normal thing, be relaxed, and all the muscles can do their job normally without that cement in there, kind of, you know, holding things back and being painful, restrictive. So this there. So I'll just show you another little move. So when I'm on that spot there, what I can do is get the thumbs in as well. So I can just, until how it comes over, I can find a spot there like that. So that one there I can feel is pretty stuck and jammed up. Yeah, so I'm getting 2 thumbs onto that. I can feel on the inside of my thumb there. That's where it's joining onto that, on the scapula, on the shoulder blade. And I want to scoop it away from where it's been stuck. So in that way there, like that. Get it to shift out. And there might be some scarring that's kind of along that tendon there. So if you think of a little puddle or something that's frozen up, around the edges it's going to be thicker ice, but out in the middle of that little puddle it's going to be thinner ice. So in here is where we need to kind of work and melt. Okay, it's going to be thicker here, out into where the middle of the little puddle, that's like the belly of a muscle. It's going to be a lot more flow. It's moving more like that. So it's not as critical to work it out in here, but it is critical to break it down here. Okay, to really work into that and create a change like that. Okay. So yeah, we've done some pretty good work, but I also want to just show you another little bit. So we can work onto the actual shoulder blade itself. So there is muscles on top of the shoulder blade, but they're quite thin. So the direct pressure down is not going to be the same. We're going to do more stretching kind of thing. So what I'm going to do for a start is just get my elbow onto that actual shoulder blade, and I can kind of see the contours of the scapula. I'm going to follow that around and work up into these kind of regions. So down through here, up under there a bit. I know there's going to be some really stuck bits, just because that's where pain resides generally in the shoulder blades. So got to try and explore those key spots and work it out. How we going there, man? You can see everything, brother?
Yeah.
Feeling it?
Feeling it. I'm loving it though.
Loving it?
Loving it.
It's what you want?
Oh, I need it. Need
what
it.
you need?
That's it. Needs to be done.
Yeah. So yeah, Jerrick kind of knows his own body really well. He's always rolling out. He's done lots of wrestling, so lots of exercise in his life, played lots of basketball, so body smart. So you can really direct people to help you, you know, when you have got experience with your body. And I think that's one of the things with bodywork. You kind of need to receive bodywork over and over so that you can interpret the pains that are going on in here. So you want to be able to interpret what is healing, beneficial pain, good pain, up against what is bad pain, which is creating more trauma, more damage. So we want to really melt things out and get things to flow again. So that's the kind of key thing. We don't want to create more damage and then the body has to deal with an extra injury. So that's not the name of the game. It's to make things better. How am I going? Was that a good line there?
That was a really good line. Felt there's a lot, like that doesn't feel too bad, but it feels really, really nice.
Yeah.
As it connects through the shoulder blade.
Yeah. So I'm sweeping it down through.
It feels like it's just pushing it all out.
Yeah. Squeezing toothpaste.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Like that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to slowly come out of there. And what I'm going to do is just another line through here. So just to catch the triceps and the teres, the lats a bit more. So I'm going to hook in, then I can kind of shape my elbow to hook under there. How's that feel, man?
Yeah, really on a good connect there. That's good.
Yeah, so if you had pain out here or restriction through your arm, you got to know about these sort of spots, because when you just reach around and touch them, they're just slaughter.
Yeah.
Just a touch, aren't they, man? So let alone someone driving their forearm into it.
Feels like a lot of this stuff is old pain as well.
Yeah.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting how we know what's old. But when you're kind of receiving work like this, it just comes to you, you go, oh, that's been in there for yonks, you know, it's just been stuck. It's just
crazy how we know that stuff.
Yeah, we know our own body. We know that it hasn't been able to turn over. The cells in there haven't been able to turn over. It's been a stalemate. It's been stuck. It's scarred for years, perhaps. Whereas, you know, every cell in our body dies and reforms. You know, it's brand new.
Yeah.
You know, there's different rates that the cells all kind of turn over. Like I know certain. In your gut, there's gut lining every 3 days, it's brand new, you know, blood cells, like every 90 days, we've got brand new blood in us.
Yeah.
Some cells a couple of days, others are like 90 days, so, but yeah, every human cell turns over. But what doesn't turn over is stuff that's not biologically us. You know, it's the calciums, it's the plaque in our arteries, things like that. So, same with the physical, you know, muscular system, that should all be turning over. It should all be brand new and healthy all the time. But things get in a pattern, they get traumatized, there's scars. So we can change that. We can make things better, can make it more functional by doing body work. We can change that cycle, break the cycle. So yeah, body work or even touch therapy itself is such a valuable thing. And it's, you know, with today's society, today's world, I think that's what we're really missing. We're craving connection with real humans in real time. You know, it's a bit of an oxymoron, like you're probably watching me right now on a screen, but I am a real person, Jerrick's a real person. We love being around real people and connecting, and that's priceless. And that's a big thing that people get from our service, is actually being around another human, have a conversation in the bubble where it's we can go deep. You know, we're going deep on the body level, but we're also going deep in conversation with each other. The more we know each other, the more vulnerable each other is. We can go deeper because we kind of can form trust that way. So it's going to go down through there. I'm changing angle again, so that's going to be really getting some pain spots in here.
There is, but it feels really good.
Yeah. Yeah, like that. Anyway, man, I'm going to come out of there. So just for the video's sake, I'm going to wrap it up there, but Jerrick wants more of this. I know he does, but just for the video's sake, we're going to wrap up there. Show you a few techniques, told you the importance of the shoulder blade. If you do want to learn more of this from Aaron and myself, we do have an online course. We go right into what we're doing. Yeah, it's a really valuable course. We mentor people as well. So we feel that that's the most important part of our online course. We kind of show you all the different things that we show on all the people in our own personal business, how we kind of do the self-development work, the goal setting, you know, all the stuff that goes into it, not just posture and treatment. It's about mindset, it's, you know, goal setting, things like that, and yeah, and how to communicate, how to connect, how to do your social media, all those kind of things we kind of cover off in our course. We run it twice a year, so if you don't make this one now, whenever you're watching this, yeah, look out for the next one, because it is really valuable. So yeah, it's the best job in the world, most fulfilling. Yeah, helping people out.
Get in on it.
Yeah, get it done.
Thanks, Deej.
Thank you. Done.